trying to beat the sun up. Grinding hard for mine to see a meal before my sun's up. All I'm saying is I'm trying to get my funds up. Gotta stay strapped, kiss these niggas.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining in of another episode of Run It Back, where we highlight the area's greats from yesteryear. This episode is a treat for the city. We're going to be highlighting one of the area's all-time greats. You know, he made his imprint and the impact known from back in the hardwood days of Wilby to the behind the North End Rec, at the North End Rec, all over the city of Waterbury, putting in that work. He's a legend. We get to hear him speak today. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, every time we sit down, it's a history lesson. So get your pen and your pad. Get ready for this history lesson. So I'm Eric Lewan from Run It Back, and we are blessed to be sharing the presence of a Waterbury great, Mr. Martin Hayre from Wilby Highschool, Waterbury, Connecticut.
How you doing, man? What's happening, man? How you been?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I'm glad to have you here, man. This is a treat.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, man. So Marty, I just want to start out, again, thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you for, like for me, to get to go back and research and read up on the greats. A lot of times you hear people talk, oh yeah, this one was that and this one that, he was okay or whatever, but when you can go down to that Republican American and go through the archives and see the work that somebody put in, it's like, right. Oh, smack. Right. Yeah. He was the truth.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you, man. Thanks for, sitting down, and we just going to chop it up.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. So, without further ado, we're going to start with, for you, how did athletics, how did everything start with you? Just, what introduced you to the game of basketball?
Well, I grew up with a family that all of us were pretty much athletic, so
okay,
that was just the beginning of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilby's own love story. My cousin David Love, he played a little football and basketball for Wilby, and I used to run after him, cousin Keith Roscoe, Butch, and all of us, Chris Love. All of us played ball, so.
Oh, nice.
I have a whole family that played.
So the whole family was athletic?
Yeah, all my cousins. Carlton Harris, Spencer Harris, Toby, all them my cousins. And, yeah, my whole family just about, man.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you was related to Toby and Spence.
Yeah, those my cousins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what side of town did you grow up on?
The North End.
The North End?
Right in back here. My grandmother lived over here in projects.
Okay.
And, I lived on North Main when I was like 4 or 5, Square Park.
Okay.
And, I lived in Lakewood, then I moved over to Ives Street.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Wow, so your battleground, your battlefield was here, the North End, right?
Oh yeah. You had to come through the North End. I mean, it wasn't no getting around this.
Right. You had to.
This was the center right here.
Right. Yeah. So coming from such a basketball family,
right?
Well, not even an athletic family. Did you guys ever measure up against each other when y'all was younger? To sharpen your skills?
Not that much. Like some of us are like 3 years apart, 2 years apart. But we did crash heads, I guess. Really, me and Carlton and Daryl, Chris, I think I had 1 or 2 years with them.
Okay.
And Derek Ward, he's my age, so we played. Fred Carter, it's a whole bunch of us that around the same age.
Yeah.
That was in like '83, class of '83.
Got you. Now, did you play any middle school ball or?
Yeah, I played for North End, and I went to Wallace for a year. I was under Mr. Cooley over there.
Mr. Cooley, come on, man.
You gotta know Mr. Cooley.
Tell me about Mr. Cooley, man. Everybody know Mr.
Man.
Cooley.
You know, Mr. Cooley.
that militant style, man.
He was the man, you know.
Yes.
Cooley was, I mean, that was my man right there.
Yeah.
Come on here.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I can hear him. Move it. Let's go. Move it.
Yeah.
Mr. Cooley was something else. Great guy, though.
Yeah.
Great guy, man. So did you play for Wallace?
Yeah, I played 1 year for Wallace, and then they built North End, and I was in the North End area, so that's where I went to. Went to North End Middle on the Wilby.
Okay. So when you played for North End, how good was your team?
You know, we had a good team, but we had a lot of people that wanted the ball and everything. We had a lot of people on the team that you know but we had a good team. I mean, but I think we beat Wallace, and I think Westside beat us twice.
Okay.
And you know, we played a little freshman. I think we played Sacred Heart or Holy Cross. I think we played Mike Robinson and them, Carmen Giamachuzzi and them.
Okay.
And they beat us, but you know, we were pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, was it at this point? No, I mean, I gotta ask you. Did you know? A lot of pretty much all the greats at some point stepped foot on Pearl Street.
Oh yeah.
So you know,
man, that
come on now.
See now, Pearl Street was in many different locations, but it came up to my backyard. It came up to Lakewood. It was on.
It was on.
It was on. I took pride in that. I mean, because that was my backyard.
Yeah.
So wasn't too much coming through me, right? So,
right. Okay.
You know, I was handling my business
You was
up
handling?
there. Hell yeah.
Oh man. So did you now did you play Pearl Street Middle School or just high school?
I played all phases. I played
all phases.
Yeah, from mini phase to phase 3 or 4.
Oh, so you went all the way up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Now
I played. I mean, I'm talking about from like 8th grade playing.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
On the phase 3 team. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, so you put your work in over there. You put your work in.
No doubt.
Okay. Now, you know, you get some people that. Did you play with your school, or in the summertime you just able to play with, some people you want to join forces with over the summer?
Frank Lott, Chris Love, Baron Brown, all of us every morning, Saturday, we going down the Y. Every day. I mean, not every day at the Y, but every Saturday and Sunday we were just about down the Y. Every
Saturday and Sunday?
Right.
Okay. So you playing Pearl Street. First of all, how did you do in skill-wise in middle school?
I was more than average in high school.
Okay.
I mean, in grammar school, I was big for my age.
Okay.
So, I had a lot of work to do, handling the ball and everything, because I was pretty much playing out of position.
Got you.
But
so would they probably put you down in the block center?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But
I like all around, I handled it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say that Pearl Street helped hone in those other skills that you needed?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. I mean, you knew exactly, coming out of Pearl Street, you knew where you was at. Going back into the fall season, you
knew.
and then you had some people that, you just wanted to get back. I can't wait to get back playing regular ball so we can get it back on, because that just wasn't enough.
Right.
You got to get some more. I mean, you got me a little bit there, but,
when the fall come around,
it's back on.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, boom. So you go to from North End, you go to Wilby.
Right.
Now, are you playing like freshman year? Like, what are your intentions when high school time come? Are you like, I want to make this freshman squad, JV? Do you have any expectations?
I was pretty much on the team, man, but I had some serious problems. I mean, I'm still inner city, and I had a few things to go through.
Okay.
With being a freshman and playing like phase 3 ball and coming back and at one point in time they really didn't give too many freshmen running time for varsity ball.
Okay.
Because they had JV, and we really didn't have a freshman team either my freshman year, so it was just JV and varsity.
JV and varsity.
Correct.
Okay.
So I did well. I played. I had 2 shots, and 100%.
Okay.
I had 2 shots.
2 shots.
It was like 2 seconds against maybe Holy Cross.
Okay.
I hit that jumper, and then somebody else. It was, I think Crosby. I got in and 2 or 3 seconds on there, and I hit that.
So you 100%.
100%.
So this is your freshman year playing varsity.
Right.
Okay. Now was your JV squad nice?
JV was JV. I mean, it really wasn't about winning a lot of games. It was really more about learning the plays and stuff like that, because sometimes if you played a little varsity, you would go down and at halftime of the JV game, you would suit up for the varsity. Suit up for varsity,
okay.
Right.
Got you. Now at this time, am I correct? Bob Freeman's the head coach over there at Willoughby at that time? Okay.
Right.
All right.
Dave Kalach, Bob Freeman.
So how was that? How was that era?
It was
coaching wise.
Well, I mean, I was always being disciplined for real.
Okay.
I mean, until I had some serious, things going on in my life back in that time. You couldn't tell me too much. So, I was pretty out there, pretty much.
Were you, even though you had things going on, would you say that you was one that was easy to coach or kind of difficult to coach?
I mean, coaching me, I don't think I had any problems. I mean, it wasn't no problems. I mean, I was do what I had to do.
Got you. Now, were there any players that you looked up to going into Willoughby that was already there, that was, pretty much had a name?
Yeah, they had J-Say, Archie Williams. I mean, the whole Dale Saunders. They had the whole team. That's where my cousins went to school, most of them, and that's where I wanted to go. So that was just, I was going to Willoughby regardless.
Okay. Oh, you had your sights set on that.
I had,
yeah. I mean, and it's crazy because, Willoughby is one of those schools that if you're not talented, you ain't trying to go to Willoughby. You know what I mean? But it was one of those, you got to be nice, but they had a style that, kind of like a rough style.
Right.
You know what I mean? Was it like that back then too?
I don't know. I mean, I think I was smooth. I don't know about rough. I mean, maybe around the edges.
Well, I was not rough, but hard nosed. They didn't play game. Like they're gonna, if they're gonna beat you, they're gonna stomp on you. Like,
well, Freeman didn't.
They ain't taking no prisoners.
Freeman didn't. That was under Reggie. Freeman didn't want to run up the clock on nobody. We lost a couple of games because we beating teams and he wanted everybody to get a little bit of run. I mean, I had problems with that, but. That's the things where I was being disciplined all the time. Like, in the summer, man, these bugs is talking major,
Yeah.
And we got to get back at them. I mean, then they come back, and sometimes we lose a game because of that.
Because of that. Right. Yeah, I could see that. So you complete your freshman year. So what position are you playing at Willoughby now? Like your freshman year? Are you still kind of
forward, power forward, center?
Okay. All right. So, and you're young too. At
Right.
This point.
Right.
You go to Pro Street this summer. Mm-hmm. What are some of the intangibles that you feel like you had to work on your game coming back your sophomore year?
Probably ball handling and just trying to be a little bit more guard oriented, but that came a little further down the road. But I'm still playing kind of small forward, center position.
Okay. And now you're coming back into now. Let me ask you this: how good was your Pro Street teams?
Every year we just about come in first or second. I mean, every year.
So y'all competing heavy.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be us, Crosby, Sacred Heart, or Holy Cross, somebody like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And y'all get to really play. Y'all don't got to worry about not running it up. Y'all get to really play.
We was out there. I mean, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. Really, we was out there, and you know.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the times we came up short though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason they just, you know, they ain't catered to Will Be Too Tough. I mean, you know, they had, you know, things like that going on too.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. So, you know, you enter your sophomore year.
That was a tragedy.
Sophomore
year?
It
started out great. You know, I'm starting now. I mean, I don't have to. I started a couple of games my freshman year.
Okay.
But I'm starting now. But I ran into some dark nights over there. My sophomore.
Really?
Yeah, I got kicked off the team actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I got kicked off the team.
Oh man, what happened? Was it basketball stuff?
No, it was alcohol related.
Oh, alcohol related?
Yeah. Straight up, it was alcohol related. I wasn't supposed to play in the game, and coach, you know, apologized to the team and everything like that. So, you know, said, you know, Martin's sincere about that. You know, let's give him a run.
Okay.
I was not ready.
You wasn't ready.
Nah, that was like the changing of the whole thing, man. It threw me off big time. But I came back and I redeemed myself my junior year.
Okay. So how many games into the season did you get kicked off?
Probably 11.
Ooh.
I was like 11 games into the season. I was probably averaging 11, 12, maybe somewhere in there.
But that's good for a sophomore.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah,
I was
good.
I was on
excellent.
my way. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And you starting.
Right.
Finding your way, and then okay.
Yep.
Wow. Now for you at that point, did you feel like that was an eye opener? Like, man.
I mean, it changed a lot. I mean, you know, for the reason I got kicked off and just having to come back and you know, redeem myself, it took a lot, and you know, I made a big difference. I mean, you could see the difference. I mean, it'll come up as we talk.
Yeah, for sure. So now, so you don't play the rest of that year?
No.
Okay.
Now I'm just, you know, I'll pick up games or whatever, you know. Then end of the year's coming, summer league's coming back around. So there, you know, the coaches asked me, are you ready to come back next year, or you know, you got yourself together or what? So I was like, you know, definitely. Yeah, so I played the summer, and you know, we again came in second. I think Crosby beat us that year.
Now who's still at Wilby going into your junior year? Because I think by this point, J.C. and them probably graduated.
Yeah,
no?
they were gone when I came in.
Okay, all right. So who do they have now? Is it Dale?
No, they were all gone.
Oh, Dale was all
They
gone.
were all gone, yeah.
So this group right here is kind of like your group, like part of your group coming in.
Right.
Still there.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
And we was talking before, excuse me, off camera, but we, you know, some of the people that was heavy hitters around the city now, you got Jay Cleary, you got Vern Reddick,
right.
Anthony Perry,
right.
Kelly Monroe,
right.
I think we had some teammates, James Saunders,
yeah.
Battle,
Right.
Calvin Glenn,
Right.
Kenny Green.
Right.
So are you guys?
You forgot my boy Frank Lott. You can't
Frank
leave.
Lott,
You
Frank
can't
Lott.
leave my boy.
Can't leave Frank
You know,
out.
I had an awesome little team. I mean, we had Teddy Mack, we had Wayne Williams, Mike Udell, and
Mike
you
Udell,
know,
yeah.
We had some, we had some players that just came along as role players.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't leave my boys out.
Nah.
If I left anybody out, I'm sorry.
But at least you know your core.
Right.
You know your core.
Right.
But what was it like, preparing for like all the other guys from different schools that was heavy hitters in their own right?
I will tell you, I mean, I really didn't prepare for them. I was like, just bring it on. You know, we used to talk a lot of bullshit.
Okay.
We talk big stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, and like in the summer around here, me, Jay Clary, and all us, we had a little tournament that we put together out in out there in Waterville Park.
Waterville Park over there?
That was Peony and Jay Clary and Jason Williams and Vic Ware and all of us against some of my cousins, Roscoe, Keith, and Chris, Barron, and all us. We was playing for little wagers. They took us out though, man. Yeah, I mean it was good. We won the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one, it was just all out there, and
Wow.
they won. They beat us, man.
But the fact that y'all was like y'all had so much love for the game.
Yeah, we used to bring it on.
Bring it
and
on.
everything.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the time. I mean, we were pretty good friends, and I would say maybe allies with Kennedy, because like we played for Sal Soul, but Crosby, Holy Cross, Sacred Heart, that was like more of a rival game.
Okay.
I mean, Kennedy became a rival because we would talk cool, calm shit, but,
okay.
excuse my language.
Nah,
but,
you good. You good.
We talk a little bull,
Yeah.
nicely. And,
Yeah.
we all have a little sip, after
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
We was getting it in, but I tell you, it was really raw, man.
Wow.
My senior year, I mean, we all went to West Side, Wallace, or North End.
Okay.
And, we're all pretty much the same age, so we used to party and then go out and be around the same, amongst each other all the time. So, we used to have some good ones, man, and the stuff we talk, and still to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, we still we talk good, but I just put it right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know what time
They know what time it is?
They know what time it is.
Now, would you say, like your style of play, did you play above the rim, more smooth with the J, layups?
All of it.
All of it.
Strong underneath, dunk.
Okay.
I get up, so.
Yeah.
And definitely the J, you know that.
Oh, you the J?
You know that. You know that. That's money. That they call me 2-3 here out. 1 second out of the clock. You can count that. You can count that.
You can count that.
You can count that. It's in there. It should have been in the papers.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow. So you was automatic like that.
Oh yeah. 1 second out of the clock, you give it to me. It's not.
It's not. Nah, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, they used
for
to-
the confidence too.
The cardiac kid. I mean, if you went down to the Waterbury Republican, I mean, they had some good ones for me. Hair raising and
I was about to ask you what was some of your nicknames that the city gave you, man.
Oh yeah, I got some good ones all the way around. I got some good ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. So who would you say maybe that maybe the toughest player that you had to maybe guard?
Probably Charles Smith because of his height. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna get to him in a minute.
Okay. Well, anyway, in the city,
Yeah.
nobody.
Nobody.
Nah.
So by your junior year, you still playing a 4 or 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mostly center, really.
Mostly center?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we had Big J. I mean, James Saunders.
Yep.
But you know, I was getting like 18 rebounds a game.
Mm-hmm.
So 15, 18 rebounds a game. So I mean, you know.
Now, were you confident in your ball handling when you get that rebound, you could push it up the court and go?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gone coast to coast. That was one of the nicknames. Some boys coast to coast, slam dunk, Hayre, you know. Yeah, I got some. I got some street names.
Yeah,
out
you got
there.
some names, man.
Yeah, I got a few of those.
So you pretty much now. Did you feel like defense was a strong part of your game?
Yeah. Yeah, I blocked a few shots to end games.
To end games?
Yeah, I mean, Kennedy had us. Tracy gonna get mad about this, but Tracy Felton, he talked about how he blocked my shot. One time he caught my shot from behind, because
Okay.
I wasn't really letting nobody get my shot. If they got my shot, we was talking big smack, and then I'm coming down and getting like 10 in a row on you, something like that. So anyway, he blocked my shot, but I blocked his shot to the end of the game. So I hit an ending game shot. But anyway, we have talks about that. He's down in New Jersey. I just talked to him today.
Oh, yeah?
Let him know I was coming out here. But he was a good ball player. He was balling with me back in Sal Soul days with Martin Pruitt, Fred Carter, Juju Douglas, Doc Mallory.
Juju, Doc, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah,
You played with some greats, man.
Yeah, I mean, and man, I'll tell you, like we used to, Hubie used to bring us out to, we had an all-star team, and that was something else, man.
So now they're all start. A lot of those teams travel.
Yeah, we used to travel. We took everybody out that year. '83, we went to Hartford, New Haven, and. Meriden. I don't know. I know Ed Fluker in the summer. I think he scored.
Oh, Fluker out Meriden?
Yeah. I think.
Fluker. He said he was a problem.
Yeah, I think Fluker. He did score 50 on me, right? Oh, he scored 50 on me in the summer. I'm pretty sure we beat them. I don't think we got beat, but he did score 50, and that was a big thing. So I wasn't ready because that was summer. They picked me up, and me and Fred had been out pretty much all night.
Okay.
And when they came to get us, it was early in the morning, and I wasn't ready. So the bus was down in the street beeping the horn. There was. Like, who's that beeping the horn? And then they didn't know exactly where I lived. So, we finally got there. And, like I said, Fluker got 50, but, it wasn't one of the greatest days I had. Mm-hmm. So we got back to regular high school collegiate basketball. And we played them to go to the state. We played them for the regions.
For the regionals, okay.
Right. And
Down the states.
Right.
Okay.
And I shut him down. I said, you remember? He's my boy, too.
Yeah,
I said, you remember? And, he's like, yeah, man, like that. So, we talking a little carrying back and forth like that. I think I had 32 or 24 points, and game was like 32 to 16 or something.
Oh, that was Fluker's team that you did that too. Yeah, because it was a relatively low-scoring game, but you had like 24 to 36 points.
I had more points than I could have beat him by myself. And I basically did because of that, the
when you
shit
look at
talking
it,
that we used to talk back in the day. So
Wow. I didn't know that was Fluker team.
Yeah, that was that. He made All-State, though. As a good guy, though. I mean, me and him, we talk sometime. Is he related to you?
Nah, but he did. You know, he would come up to the house a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember, you know.
Yeah, he used to come over to the house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, okay, your junior year, you pretty much established. Everybody know who Marty Hayre is. Mm-hmm. Now, are there any different type of preparation you're doing going into your senior year? Like, you know, you pretty much the man.
I mean,
at this point, you're pretty much recognized as one of the best, you know, players out of Waterbury at this point. Mm-hmm. So what's your mindset going into your senior year?
I did a lot of work. I did a lot of knotless. You know, I worked on weights a lot. I mean, I did my work to try to, you know, better my game, worked on my jumper and everything like that.
Okay. While still playing pro street.
Right.
And putting in that work on the court.
Right.
You know, would you say, you know, a lot of times, you know, people think that, you know, just playing and playing and playing, you get better, but you still got to do that work away from the court sometime, like lifting weights and doing different things to get your body ready.
Right. I mean, that's the biggest thing about your game. I mean, playing with others, but you got to work on your fundamentals, the basics that you know, the things that you need to work on. I mean, basics.
Yeah.
I mean, ball handling. I mean, I wasn't much of a ball handler because of the positions they had me playing in high school. So, you know, I had to work on those skills. But, I mean, I wasn't that bad, you know, and I'm not like, you know, I'm 6'6", but I'm not like one of those real tall, long arms. I mean, I'm pretty evenly built.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work, shooting and drills and things of that nature. So.
Yeah, for sure. And those are things you have to, you know, aside from the playing, you know, pickup or even in the leagues, you got to wake up early or, you know, stay up late working on your own stuff.
Right.
To kind of like stay ahead of the pack.
Right. I had a few friends that used to call me Joe Basic, you know, because that's what I was doing, just basic.
Basic. I called him Joe Basic. So how did you guys end your junior season?
We made the tournament, but we got knocked out, I think, like first, second round.
In the tournament? Mm-hmm. Okay. Was that disappointing, or you kind of like knew you had some work to do?
It's always disappointing because that's like starting a new season. I mean, you know,
the tournament, nobody want to go out early.
Right. You know, you ready for that. I mean, and you know, you playing different competitions, so it's not the same city people that you playing, but
whatever's in that region.
So it's always interesting to bring your game, and you know, you could get to talk shit to somebody else. Excuse me again, but you know.
What would you say one of your best games?
Oh, boy. Oh, my best game is definitely against Holy Cross. I mean,
Holy Cross?
Yeah, that's a story in itself.
Go ahead. Let's
all right,
let me hear it.
Now, this goes, I don't know. I went to the barbershop, and Kelly Monroe had been to the barbershop before me.
Okay.
And I guess the Herb was our barber on North Main Street. Yeah.
Herb, yeah.
So Herb said Kelly was just sitting here talking about how he gonna whoop y'all tonight and everything like that, and like, you know, he's the best player in the city and all this. So I was like, what? I was like, you know, Herbie, he couldn't have came in here saying all that kind of stuff. So it's like, yeah, man, we were sitting right here. But I never confronted Kelly or anything about that. But I mean, to ask him whether it's true or not. I just went up to the game and looked out. You was at the barbershop, you know. I seen he was had a fresh one, like, yeah. So I just had to open up a fresh can of whipped cream, so you know.
He said you was at the barbershop.
Yeah, I seen he had a nice fresh haircut, so that kind of that confirmed it. Yeah, but you know, Kelly's my boy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that kind of confirmed things. Like, so I had to just go ahead and show Holy Cross what's up. But I had like 38 before halftime, 39 before
halftime.
right? Something like that. I could have broke the record a couple of times, but you know, that's that thing with my coach. I mean, to McDonald at the time, and said like Martin Hayre put on the best demonstrating out of anybody he ever had coached or played. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, I put my work in on him. I mean, there's a few people that talked a lot of junk. They know to this day, like, you know, they know what time it is. They keep it moving.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to say. Just keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
You was like you was in that time where people was making a run at it because Billy Finn still had the record at that point, right?
Right. Billy
Finn still had the record.
Billy Finn. Or Juju Douglas might have had it. Juju Douglas broke his record, I think, too.
I thought Phil was the first one.
Nah, Juju Douglas that broke his record, I do believe.
Really?
I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Juju had got his record.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it's still a record that was sought after.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I think it was like something like 40 something.
Nah, I think he had like 50 something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like maybe 54 or something like that.
Okay. All right.
You know, that a lot of people, you know, because I know when I think when Phil broke it, it was a lot of hoopla because it had, I think it was
the 3 or what?
Could have been the 3-point era because
we didn't have it. Nah.
Okay. You think you would have had more points if it was that era?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, it would have changed the game a lot too, because I mean, not how the game is now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You say that again?
The way the game has changed now, it would definitely change up a lot. I mean,
sure.
You know.
Wow. I mean, because the 3-point came, what, a couple years probably after you graduated, right?
Right. I mean, we couldn't really even dunk in state tournament time. So, I mean,
really?
that changed a lot of things for me.
That seemed like that the state tournament, that's showtime.
Yeah, but nah, they can do it now. Everything they really had restriction on when I was there, they took them off.
Okay. And so they let them go after that. Like, you go out there and play.
Yeah. Right. That's what I needed.
Right.
That's the kind of player I was, and that's what I needed.
Now, do you think, given your skill set, do you think the Wilby system was the best system for you at that time, or do you think if you would have went somewhere else, you would have probably been able to do a little bit more? Kennedy, Crosby, anywhere. Do you think?
I don't know. I probably could have. No, I'm not gonna say. I mean, I played the way I played, and that was that. I'm not gonna say one coach style was better than another because I wasn't in their program.
You was where you was at,
right? So I don't know. I can't say that.
Yeah. All right. So your senior year. This is it.
This is money time.
This is money time. Now, let me ask you this. You're viewed as one of the best in the city at this point.
Right.
Probably the best, but you're definitely, one of the best in the city, right?
Right.
Now, are you getting highly touted by colleges and stuff at this point?
Well, actually, you could get letters, you could get college letters, but they would go to the coach. So I was getting letters from like Franklin Pierce and some, low schools, like Division II and stuff like this. So I'm wondering, like, I was in a magazine where I was in the top 500. I was in the top 50 here and there.
Magazine?
Yeah, I was in a few magazines that they had out.
Wow.
basketball, whatever. So I'm wondering, like, how come I'm not getting any letters? And they were going to the coach and not to me. And then when I left Wilby, I went to prep school. And so there I could get my letters. They changed it. I could get my letters. I'm finding out I'm recruited by everyone. Wow. And then, I was like wondering why I didn't, like I never seen this and everything. Well, we couldn't send it to you. But my coach never even told me that I was getting these letters. And that was a game changer because I didn't graduate from Wilby, actually. I graduated from St. Thomas More Prep School. So that goes back to where I told you where I had those little problems in freshman and sophomore year with, being out there drinking and doing. So, I have to come back from all that. So that's what I did. And, I went to 5-star and I talked to coaches like, we've been writing you since you were a freshman and everything like that, trying to get in touch with you as a freshman. And I've never, I said I never received any letters.
All this time, everybody trying to get at you.
Right.
You never know.
Nope. And I wasn't the only one that, that happened to, but unfortunately, it happened.
Wow.
Yep. So, and then, I mean, it's different reasons why it is. I mean, that's another program right now, but we'll go into some of that later on down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got different NCAA rules and whatever, and, some people just don't want. If I had a cocky attitude, probably when I was a freshman and everything, if I show this guy he got letters from different colleges, he's gonna go out the roof. So that trying to hold me back.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, it could have did. It could have did either one. It could have did both. I mean, it could have made me a better person. I look forward to going to college.
Because now you got something to look forward to right there.
Right. Instead of like nothing. And some other people are, talking about, man, I'm getting letters from here and there. And you go to 5-star and you see people like, yo, man, I was recruited by this school and everything like that.
I can only imagine, just as you're telling it, your story. I can only imagine, you the work you're putting in,
right? And you don't, and then
it's like, wow, I'm not getting this, and I know I'm putting in the work.
Right.
Everybody know I'm putting in the work.
It belittles you.
It makes you like, wow, why am I doing this? If can't nobody see what I'm doing?
It belittles you. I mean, I did feel some kind of way, and I just didn't know what the problem was, and then I'm being told like I'm being disciplined all the time about certain things. So I had some problems. Then I got with other coaches and talked with them and everything. Say, yeah, you was kind of neglected. Yeah. So
wow. Yeah. So before we go to the after high school, now your senior year, right? You come back. This your town. This your school. This is your time.
Yeah.
What's your if you have any expectations going into your senior year?
Me and Frank, my first day of school, my senior year, me and Frank met the principal down at Mr. Leonardi. We met him down the cast. Said, we got to talk with you. I said, we're going to win the state championship. We want some rings for winning the state championship. I should have told them that we was going to go to the state championship. Yeah. But, I had that all planned out for the longest time, winning or going to the state championship. Yeah. I tell you like this. My cousin David Love, he was football running back for Wilby. And he had Wilby's Love Story, and then they had Hayre Raising. So I told them if they in the paper, Waterbury paper, if they build me a high school, I'll get them a banner up there. I got the banner up there, but
get out of here.
Yeah, I told them that maybe 6, 7 years before it was up. I mean, before, my senior year, so I was prepared.
You was preparing
to do some work in this state and everything. I mean, like I said, when I was in 8th grade, I was playing Phase 3. I was on the team. I get in it 1 second. That was good enough. That was the same time I got my freshman year, but
But you got in.
I got in. That was good. That was good.
You suited up and you got in.
And I worked for Pearl Street, so I seen everybody coming in. So it was all good for me. And I seen the talent and I seen everything that's coming through there, and I'm playing with them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm good enough to take a team to the state championship.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Definitely.
I had that confidence. So that's what I was about.
Now, the city is still stacked. Your senior year, everybody's still kind of where they at, because y'all kind of like all came in together anyway.
Right.
So now, how would you say your senior year is going? Like, success wise.
Oh, good. I mean, everything is going my way. I mean, really, not. I got to take that back. I think Kennedy beat us like 1 or 2 games into our season, and I was like, telling my guys, what the hell is going on? Like we supposed to be going to the States and everything like this, and we ain't even out the gate. So I had a real big talk and throwing some So we got the light on there. So then we just moved on. So I think I don't know what our record was. I think like 25-4 or something, or 20-5.
Y'all had a pretty good record. Y'all had a pretty
like
good record.
20-5, but we got cheated out of a couple of games that I think I don't know. Down in Ansonia, I think they got us for 1.
Ansonia?
Yeah, I think they got us for 1 on the clock. That was for like the NVL, not the NVL. What we got
not the All City.
No, the city is the what? No,
the NVL is the city championship would be the NVL.
Okay, and then
you got the states.
No. We won the city.
So division, you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe because you might be in a different division.
We came in second in the city. No, we co-champions in the city, and in the NVL, Ansonia won.
Okay.
But they got us for a game, so I really don't give them that credit. I think we tied either with them and whatever. But anyway, it was some bull that went on with that.
Was Ansonia considered a basketball powerhouse then?
Not
they
really.
Was known for, I thought they was known for football, really.
Right, yeah. But they had some good guys that could play.
Okay.
Marcus Garris and Gordy.
Garris. Okay.
I think Gordy Hoskins, Gordy something, but they had some good players.
Okay.
They did work.
Yeah.
Basic.
Basic.
Yeah.
Now, who in the NVL would you say is a threat to you, or in the city is a threat to Wilby at that time? Besides Kennedy winning that.
Everybody. I mean, Kennedy had Vern, Tracy, Billy Evans, Neil Ware, Kennedy, Jay Clary, Jason Williams, God rest his soul, and the Williams family and Fatso and all, my condolences. But they had a good team. Carlton Harris, Daryl Harris. They also, you got Sacred Heart, Calvin, Anthony Perry. They had a great team.
Yeah, y'all was spread out.
Then you got Kelly Monroe up Holy Cross and everything.
Wow. And so, were you considered like an undersized big man at that time?
No, I was. I mean, I was.
6'6"?
Yeah, I would be undersized. Big man wasn't supposed to be my position,
Right.
I'm a guard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what happened later on. I mean, I still play some forward, but like a 3 guard.
Okay. So, you guys, good city records. So now you get state time.
Yeah.
You guys are in the States.
Right.
Now, going back to your story where you said you wish you would have said going to the game.
Say that again.
Remember when you said you wish you would have bet them the principle that you would go to the game?
Yeah.
Because y'all made it.
That we would make the state finals instead of winning it. Know? But see, that was my cockiness. I mean, I was that sure. Like, shit, ain't nobody taking me out of this month. So right.
And so you go up into the juggernaut of Mr. Charles Smith.
Yeah.
Former,
future
at that time, future NBA star.
Right.
Was there a lot of hoopla around his name then?
Yeah, I mean they had won the championship the year before.
So he was looked at as that guy.
Right.
Right. So this is a pretty good game because you're all-stater at this point.
Right.
So you were juggernaut in your own right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the expectation? Well, you expect to win, but how's the team preparing for this game?
It was kind of rough for us because we never been that far. I mean, the coach and none of us had ever.
So it's a new experience for everybody.
Right. I mean, we was taking one prisoner at a time. Like one game we had some scrapers in there. We had some good games. That's where the 2-3 Hayre out came from was against Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
I hit a shot with 1 or 2 seconds on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
We played Tyrone Canino. We beat them by 4, but that was a close game. They were winning actually with maybe 30-something seconds, 30, 40 seconds on the clock. And
they was winning?
Yeah, and we came back and beat them too. So all our games was like I think
coming from behind. And
coming right.
Okay. So you go up against the Charles Smith and the Bridgeport.
Right.
How tough a game was it though? Do you feel like?
I mean, it was. I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, I still don't remember only bits and pieces of that game. I mean, it was so many people. It was like 3,000 people. I mean, it was just like a real fight, man. It was a real fight. I mean, it was just all adrenaline, all game.
Wow.
And it dropped your heart to lose because you done put everything into it, man.
Everything.
And then you right there where you want to be, man. That shit was like, I don't know if I slept good the whole year. I know I had my bag and my bottle, But it was rough, man. Tossing and turning the whole year after that game.
Because you put it all on the line.
Yeah.
Everything, and like you said, you called it.
I mean,
it's one of the things you called it early on.
Right.
Like,
that was one of the ones that you want. Damn all the rest. I wanted that one.
You wanted that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when you're an athlete, you know how that go out, how that plays out. I mean,
that hurts.
That's your first girlfriend type action right there.
Exactly. Now you said you said Charles Smith was probably one of the tougher people you had to defend. Did you have the assignment of checking him?
Like I said, it was so much going on in that game. I really don't know. I probably did some checking him, but he wasn't really even one of the major factors either. I mean, we really couldn't get the ball up the court.
Okay.
But, I mean, they had pretty good guards. I mean, he did work, but he didn't do nothing against me. But I was putting it on him, but we just couldn't. Yeah. We couldn't dunk. We didn't have a 3 and everything like that because I was taking them to the rack. Yeah.
See, when you think about it, things like that, right?
Right.
In state tournament play,
Right.
a dunk can change the course of a game because the crowd gets
everybody,
into it.
right.
And you take that away.
And I had that step on him
You
a
had
couple
that.
of times, and I know what time that is.
Yeah.
That's slam dunk Hayre time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
That's right. You know,
Yeah.
so that's kind of like some of your fire parts I didn't even have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, all you need is one of those.
Yeah.
At the right
That-
time.
right.
That changes everything. The
That
momentum, everything.
It changes everything.
You know.
No doubt about it.
Wow. So you ended your high school senior year.
Right.
You guys were 19 and 6, but you end up all city, all NVL, all state.
Mm-hmm.
How good, if you had to measure your career, how good would you say your high school career was?
It was damn good. I mean, it was a good ride. I mean, it was a damn good ride. I mean, I just kind of wish I would have known a little more, like I said, so I could have been more focused in school than I was just in athletics.
Okay.
Because that is two-part game. I
It
mean,
is.
it plays a big important role to do both. So I had to go to prep school and things of that nature to try to clear up some of the damage that I did early on.
So now, you mentioned prep school earlier. Did you go to prep school right after the season? You went to prep school?
I went after.
Right. Okay.
Right after.
You went to prep school.
After they graduated
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Okay.
I went to St. Thomas More.
Okay. Now, how many years you stayed there?
2.
2? Okay.
That was my freshman and sophomore year that I kind of threw away.
Got you. What happened after those 2 years?
Oh, I did great in prep school. I changed things around tremendously, and I, went to Northeastern College. I got all my letters. I went to 5-star. I made All-American. I was McDonald's All-American, and
Wow.
things changed. I mean, my point average went up. I was scoring 27 to 30. So
Okay.
I mean, a lot changed. I mean,
Wow.
there's a lot going on now.
Okay.
Now I'm talking to a lot of different people and
Yeah.
things of that nature.
Okay. So now everything is looking up.
Right.
You feeling good about everything because everything is starting to click now.
Right. I'm yeah.
Clicking.
Right.
You getting that notoriety.
Right.
All-American
Right.
and McDonald's game.
Right.
So you
Right.
right where you need to be. So what happens from there? Like what do you got your sights set on?
I mean, I'm looking at colleges. I'm visiting colleges and things of that nature, and I get into college and I have problems again.
Yeah, problems again.
I have problems again. I mean, now the problems are me and the freedom that I have, and like some of the things that I wasn't able to do in prep school because it's all hard and it's things that you got to do, and you would think that you would, or I would know where I came from and everything like that. But a lot of college freedom, and you're on your own, and you got a lot of things, a lot of responsibilities to be growing up to. It's not that I wasn't growing up to that, but still had some of the life in me.
Yeah.
That takes a toll, and it comes back.
It comes back. I mean, and that's the thing too. That freedom.
Yeah.
That could make or break you.
Yeah, you gotta have some people working in your background, or they're working with you when you make moves like that, especially if you tend to take it to another level, or
Right.
when you go up a level, you gotta have people that know that you're gonna go through things
And be around it, to buffer some things.
Right, exactly.
You need that buffer.
Because it could, you're right. Because it gets right out of hand. I mean,
Fast.
you think you got it, but it just.
Well, the thing is, See, this is what gets
And
a
it
lot of
happens
people.
to, excuse me, it happens to a lot of people from around here that, just things just get out of there. And I had a few opportunities to even correct and do what I had to do, but, things happen.
Yeah.
So.
Now, what school did you wind up going to?
Northeastern University.
Northeastern University. And the thing, again, a lot of people, when they're going through that, they have it till they don't.
Yeah.
You
can't turn it off and on.
You know what I mean? So if sometimes people can balance the unstable with stable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you could party and still play, still play until you can't.
Right.
And you don't know it until you can't. Till you face a situation where
it's not really. It is a big thing, but the book factor with all that is what really brings you down, and then your morale goes down because you don't know where you at because you done missed a few classes here and there, and you don't know what you backed up on, and you might be too proud or whatever. Let your pride get in the way to go down there and ask them I've been messing up a little bit, so what do I do? You just go ahead and let it keep going with the flow, and then you way backed up. When you just go ahead and let them know that I made this mistake, I've been doing this, and then they can clarify that because they got you there, and they done spent this money on you.
So they gotta try to help you.
They're gonna help you.
They're
gonna help you, but you gotta go out for it. You can't let your pride get in the way of that.
Mm-hmm. And it's key that you say that because oftentimes, people turn a molehill to a mountain.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's like if you would have just checked it in the beginning,
right. If
everything would have been straight.
Right.
Put the pride aside.
So what you do, you make problems, or I didn't really make no problems, but you want to transfer somewhere else where I clear it up over there and everything, and then you might take a back drift on the level of competition, Division I, Division II, different visions of Division I and Division II. So, you just, a lot of things that you gotta be prepared, honestly, to, this is gonna become my job, this is gonna become my profession and everything, and you gotta take it on as that.
Definitely, for sure. And that's key, too. You know what I mean? Because you got to look at it as a business.
Right. You got to take it on. You got to take it on. It's no longer really a game once you get to a certain level. This is business, and your family has to be involved with that to have, and people have to be in your background to help you with your business.
Definitely. Would you say talent-wise, you had the talent to crack those NBA doors?
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, I still have people come up to me today like, where the hell you been? I mean, I was waiting for you to be in there so we could talk some of that in, crack a few of those cold ones. That's what they, like, there, man, we missed you, man. Like, where you at? They still talk about me, some people that, been there, especially the people that I know from 5-star. But like I said, there was a lot of people, even with that class of 5-star that was supposed to go pro that didn't finish school and everything. Wow. So when you go through those problems, you're not the only one.
You're not the only one.
So, and you just be the only one that ain't saying nothing, and then you be definitely left out.
Yeah. Wow. But talent-wise, you was there.
Yeah, I was there.
You was there.
Yeah, I've had conversations with, there was a guy, Sat Saunders, when I was at Northeastern. He used to live he used to have an office down off of campus at Northeastern. And, he used to tell me, and I used to run with the Celtics that, like, I redshirted, so the Celtics used to come to Northeastern to practice and do. And so I was running with them more than I was with my own team.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was one of the things that we had something going with at Northeastern with Reggie Lewis going over there, me, him, and probably Lenny Bias was there, Reggie and me. I was going to be going over there.
Man. Nah, but, you know, and again, you know what I mean? That's why, you know, shows like this is important because there's a lot of people that probably didn't know you was that far.
Yeah.
Like that close to.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to get that 1 year in and then go hardship.
Okay.
That's what my goals was to do. I just didn't even, you know, make that happen. So it was mostly, and the blame is me and just mismanagement with myself.
Right.
I mean, you think you know these angles and everything. That's why they have agents.
That's why they got agents. That's right. That's true.
And, you know, nowadays you can test the water and then come back out and see what you want to do.
Yep.
But main thing is, you know, you just got to take it as a business. Like, you know, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, and or not the rest of my life, but for my career and whatever.
And you can look at it like this. This is going to pay for the rest of my life.
Right.
We do this right.
Right.
It's going to pay for the rest of our life.
Right.
Like, you know, you and your family, it's going to pay for the rest of our life.
And then there's so many different options. I mean, everybody don't make it. So you got a free scholarship, college,
That's
and
still
everything.
making it.
And right. I
Free
mean,
education.
you got a job and everything else. So, you know, it's a lot that you throw away when you do that.
That's true, man.
So I'm on my, you know, this show helped me get back on my redemption. Right.
That's right.
And, you know, the book that I write might come out, and then I could get more raw about about you know, that trash talking that we talk.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
Right.
So I got a segment that we do. It's called Test Your Recall.
Okay.
Let's see how well you can test your recall.
Okay.
All right, what does 12, 3, 8, 4, 6, 5, 6, 3 mean? 65, 63.
I don't know.
All right. So 12, 3, 8, 4, 65, 63. Now, all right, we're gonna put our back in the day lens on. Wilby's down 12 points after 3 quarters. You score 8 in the 4th quarter to beat Massick of Monroe 65-63.
Wow.
In the Class M quarterfinals.
That was Class L, wasn't it?
Class M.
We was in Class L.
All right, Class L quarterfinals.
Okay. Now, we was say that's pretty good then.
Yeah. So I'm repeating that. So y'all was down 12 after 3 quarters.
Wow.
You scored 8 in the 4th quarter to beat Massick 65-63.
Yeah.
Like you got hot.
Yeah.
Right when they needed it.
Yeah. Well, they was throwing gum at us. I mean, there was nothing we could do with Keith Webster. I mean, man. You know, we knew we was in the ball game. Ali Vestro, you know, my grandmother used to record the game. I never forget it. Said the cats look like they've been licked, but I came back. That's where that 2-3 came in.
That's where that 2-3 came in.
Yeah. You did your work on that one, dude. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's real good, man.
Yeah, man. So, you know, you had a stellar high school career. Mm-hmm. Would you say, safe to assume, like a little bumpy post-high school?
Right.
Some growing pains.
Yeah. Inner city things that, you know, they need a little more counseling to probably in the guidance part to do things, you know. So, you know, I grew up inner city, and, you know, some of it reflected on what I did later on to try to straighten it out. But, you know, it doesn't matter where you come from. I mean, you just got to do the right thing and get your foundation down right. Mm-hmm. If you get your foundation down right, you got a basic chance of doing something good.
Definitely. definitely, for sure. When did you realize? When did you finally kind of like close the door on basketball?
I never really closed the door on basketball. I had a basketball mini camp that I was running,
Okay.
and took the kids up to the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So, I'm still into it. I'm waiting for like some grant money to come through somewhere and try to get me a little foundation running.
Okay.
Again.
Nah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good, man.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, the skills I got, I mean, are unbelievable. Like, I was showing this kid like some of the mechanics on his shot and everything.
Okay.
Like, and this is not the first time. I still got like guys that's 30 years old coming up to me and older than that, talking about, man, my jumper's still on point, man. Because you taught me that, that little bit of, but if you take it a little ways, you learn all those little tricks and little
tricks, All that is in the tube. You put that in the toolbox.
Right.
You know, and you need that.
Right. And it makes the game a little more easier just knowing those little things,
Yep, it does, definitely.
That's where those basics come in at, like, really.
So if you had to give, the kids of today a gym or some gyms, what would it be? Those that you see them kids out there playing ball, what would you tell them to, because right now, Waterbury has a lot of potential. We have a lot of kids that's like right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? I hope all of them make it, but, we know the likelihood a lot of them won't.
Right.
And it could be certain information that you get at this time.
Right.
You know what I mean? What would you tell some of these kids that kind of like, if they could click in them right now, this is what you need
All right. Education is number one, definitely.
Okay.
All right. If you're going to go into sports, then use it as a tool. Is something that you got in your toolbox. It's not only, everybody's not going to go to the NBA, so it's not only for that. You get into college, Division I, Division II, you can help. There's plenty of jobs out there, women's league and all kind of different things that you can do after that. I mean, athletic director.
Yes.
Whatever you want to be. I mean, sports is a key, and it's a tool that you can use to get further in your education.
And one of the things that you said, too, when I said, when did you close the door in basketball, you said you hadn't. So you don't necessarily have to, because you don't make it to the league or any professional sport, that don't mean you close the door on it.
Right.
You can get into training. You can get into advising. Because these kids need advice. They need somebody to, advise them and lead them, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Manage.
You need more of that. So
you get in nutrition, eating right and putting the right things in your body. So there's so many aspects of the game that you can keep going. You know what I mean? You can put on clinics, like you said.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can even write tutorial books to teach generations on the little things that you need.
There's a book called Hayre the Hook. You got to try to pick that up someday.
Hayre the Hook.
Hayre the Hook.
Okay.
And, that's one of those books that it's got things in it that my coach was telling me when I first got into high school. Like if you read the book, you'll understand it.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Marty, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good, man.
If you wanted to, shed light, anything?
It'll come to me when we get ready to wrap it up. There's a whole lot I probably want to say, but I just want to say the Naugatuck Valley. I mean, we put it on that year. I mean, '83 I think was probably the best year.
Yeah.
In the city, probably with that. I mean, if they have some statistics on that, I think we did a damn good job.
Y'all got busy.
Because it was I mean, people used to leave one game and go to another. Crosby was playing Kennedy, and we were playing
that game.
Try to make it up to there. And the winters was rough around here.
Oh, man, yeah.
So yeah.
And that's the thing too. I was hearing who was talking. it could have been Pig or somebody else saying they had a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Spence.
Yeah.
Toby Hayre
Right.
was talking. They had a snowstorm and they didn't even cancel the game.
Nah, I mean, shit. That was it, man.
They ain't
That
canceling the game
was
or
that
nothing.
that
Everybody's
was
gonna make it to the
yeah,
game.
yeah. That was a house party, man. We had it going on like that, man.
Wow,
That
now
was-
you get a little flourish. They're gonna cancel the game and everything.
Nah, that was the big thing, man. We had some good games in snowstorms, man. Yeah.
Good games.
Yeah, good games, and there was full house.
Wow.
Definitely.
Everybody, they ain't shutting it down. Everybody they're gonna make their way there.
Mugs, and they make it up Bucks Hill and up Highland Avenue and everywhere else. They
Wow.
make the game.
Well, Marty, man, I thank you, man, for blessing us with, this history lesson. The adults today need to hear it. The kids of today definitely need to hear your story. They need to, you gave them a ton of gems. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's a history lesson too, because like we could say, you was one of the ones that almost made it. That was right there.
Right.
And your story and your journey's not even over. So
Right.
that's the beauty of it, that you can still
Right.
tell.
I mean, it's always you can always open up a new chapter.
It's always a new chapter.
You just got to go for it sometime.
Yes. And at this part of the show, we would like to gift you with a jersey,
Okay.
for being one of the greats.
All right. What a great legend, huh? Here. Thank you.
There you go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, this is Eric Lewan. We was blessed, one of the legends, Mr. Martin here, a.k.a. Marty Marr. Thanks for joining in. Y'all stay tuned.
Peace. All right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
man. All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.